You know that person, maybe it's you, maybe it's your boss, your mom, who has this profound, almost spiritual belief that if you just jiggle the cable, the picture will come back. Who looks at a complicated problem and thinks, I can probably fix that with a paperclip and some optimism. It's a whole operating system for life. And if you grew up in the 1970s, this mindset still quietly controls how you work, trust people, and handle chaos today, even if you've never thought about it. It was forged in a specific, often chaotic laboratory, everyday life in the 1970s. Let's look at what it created. First, this explains why some people panic when things break, and others just calmly reach for a paperclip. Meet the resourceful realist. Picture them, 8 years old, handed a wrench under the engine block of a perpetually breaking down family sedan. The world was user hostile. This created a brain wired for tangible problem solving. When you can't Google a solution, you MacGyver run. End of story. But that toolkit mentality had a social consequence. It built relationships that felt unbreakably strong, yet strangely fragile. This is the cautious connection seeker. Their childhood network was the neighborhood pack, face-to-face, all day. But they also sought watching the TV news, seeing institutions falter. You see it today in how they communicate. They're the ones who would rather have one 5-minute phone call than 50 texts. Betrayal or flakiness isn't just annoying to them. It feels like a fundamental violation of the pact. Their trust is a fortress wall, built slowly. They are all in for their people, but that circle is a carefully curated lust. And then the future arrived, and with it a permanent sense of translation. This is your star profile, the analog ambassador. They are the bridge. They remember the rotary phone and the thrill of the first digital watch. Their mind is bilingual. But here's the emotional cost. They don't just remember before and after. They feel slightly homeless in both. There's a quiet grief for what's lost and a skepticism about what's been gained. They serve as translators, judging new tech by an old standard. Is it as reliable as a solid hammer? They understand a mixtape isn't just data. It's a sensory, emotional artifact. They don't just use technology, they curate it, forever measuring the digital after against the tangible before. All of this, however, came from one radical childhood principle that's almost extinct now, the right to be left alone. This creates the free-range adult. Childhood supervision was a distant rumor. You came home at dusk. The message was, you are the author of your own afternoon. This forges a fierce value for autonomy. In a world of smart doorbells, tracking apps, and constant notification pings, they guard their unplugged time with a kind of defensive ferocity. To them, constant monitoring doesn't feel like safety. It feels like being grounded forever. So, which profile resonates? The common thread is the psychology of limitation and transition. That pressure created a unique resilience, a psyche that whispers, jiggle the cable, go play outside, fix it yourself with a paperclip and some optimism. Trust the people you can see. But here's the final, unresolved thought. The world that created this mindset is gone. The question is, can that mindset survive a world that never lets you unplug? What do you think? Does this land for you? I'd love to hear your story in the comments. If you're interested in the hidden codes of behavior that shape us, hit subscribe. Until next time.